Whoa, I'm sure you found the video interesting. I think the benefits of volunteering, well, this is what I said before we took the break, because if you're a spiritual person, I'm sure you wouldn't be looking at any materialistic gains. You know, you consider it your obligation, your duty to do something like this. But if you don't have that particular bend of mind, because my experience tells me that there are three kinds of people in this world, okay? The first kind, you can call them as takers. So when they meet a person and when they get introduced, the first question they have in mind is, what can I get from this person? How can I benefit from this person? You know, how can he add value to me? So his interaction towards you, the way he treats you would all depend on the value that he sees, okay, in the value that he can add to him. And then you also have people like matchers. We call them matchers. Now the matchers will definitely go out and help, okay, they'll do the bit, but they'll make sure that they'll get something back from these people. Okay, so didn't I help you? So they'll be quick to remind you, didn't I do that for you? Okay, probably they'll log it in the register and then come back to you maybe after 6 months or 1 year or so. And then you always have the givers. We call them the givers. Yeah. Now when a giver meets a person, the first question that comes to his mind is, how can I help him? What difference can I make? Okay, how can I add value to him? And he ends up spending his time and his money and his energy. And dear viewers, I'm sure if I ask you as to who do you think will succeed in life, would it be a taker, would it be a matcher, or would it be a giver? I'm sure most of you would say, of course, a taker. Yeah, because you have to take things and you have to get value instead of giving it away. But what research states, and that too from Stanford University, is that on the long run, definitely givers have the upper edge. I'm talking about materialistic benefits. Let's go back to the video. Some of the things that came out are people who volunteer are definitely healthier than people who don't. Exactly. Why? Because an interesting study says, you know, imagine you eating your favorite delicacy. What's your favorite delicacy, Afreen?
Oh my God.
Mine is cheesecake.
Me too.
Yeah, really? And what's yours, Emma?
I guess cheesecake.
Don't tell me broccoli and
no.
you know, yeah. So if you when you eat your favorite delicacy, imagine you're going home and you're opening the fridge and you see it sitting there, you know, and probably with strawberry topping, and you take that, and when you bite into it, you get a dopamine rush in your brain. Yeah. Your brain hormones are secreted and it gives you a high. Now the same high, it is found that you get the same high when you volunteer. Yeah. So when you actually do something for others, your brain gets into a high mode, and that hormones that are secreted reduces your stress levels, even improves your immune system, and you definitely end up living, you know, up to 6 years. You saw the data, up to 6 years longer. So if you want your children to live longer as healthy human beings, what you have to do is send them for volunteering assignments. The next part is about happiness, okay, being happy and being healthy. I'm sure it's obvious, you know, you end up, when you do something for others, you end up being happy. And these two things combines with self-esteem, okay. They say the best way. I had a friend, a very materialistic friend who you know, who wants to enjoy all the things that life has to offer. He calls me up from my native town and said, Sangeet, I'm feeling very depressed, okay, give me a cure. So I told him, this was at probably 1 o'clock at night or something. So I said, I'll give you a simple cure. Go find somebody who needs help, and if you help him, you'll definitely feel good. He said, come on, is this your management spiritual mumbo jumbo? I said, no, you know, it really helps. He called me up a couple of days later and said, in fact, the next day they went and organized a couple of people and, you know, went and donated blood to a blood bank. And he said, now I feel much better. So I think it's all true. And definitely your happiness, your health, your self-esteem, you end up, you know, doing well in school. You saw parents, you saw that data about academic grades, and they end up doing better in their job as well. So no doubt about it, okay? We should allow our children to volunteer. We should push our children to volunteer. But of course, you might have that nagging doubt, what about academics? That's why psychologists talk about the 100-hour rule, okay? They say volunteering 100 hours every year is something extremely healthy, extremely positive. What does that translate to? 100 hours a year, maybe 10 hours a month,
10 hours
and probably 2 hours a week.
Yeah,
that's just 2 hours a week. So 2 hours a week, take them away from the gadgets, take them away from the the devices and make sure they go out and do something good, and that will definitely benefit them. Would you want to share something about happiness and health, or
Um, should I say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had this one experience with a person. Like, it was during Saima's event in Bergman, and we were assigned about 10 stores to give out gifts to, and thank them. And we were done with everything. We were coming back to the designated spot. So uh, while we were passing by the parking lot, we noticed we had one extra gift left. So we thought we'll give it to someone on the way. And we saw this one man. He was about to go and wash the cars, and we stopped him. We said, "Uncle, we want to give you something. We want to talk to you." And he seemed very confused. He was like, "What is going on?" And like, so many girls, they want to talk to me. And he seemed confused, so we started talking to him. We started explaining everything to him. He still seemed very confused. And finally, we just told him that, "Uncle, we want to thank you for everything you've done for us. Like, they're like our unsung heroes. We never thank them. We never thank them for anything, because some people think that, oh, because they're washing cars, I bet they've never studied anything. I bet they don't know anything. But actually, some have studied a lot.
True, true.
But then they just never reach that place.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. But then they're still doing so much for us, and we never thank them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Afreen, it's sometimes I tell my kids, you in the middle of summer, you drive into a filling station,
Yeah.
and you have this guy sweating all over with a with a
Exactly, yeah.
smile on his face, trying to serve you. What does it cost you to roll the glass down and to say, "Uncle, how are you
Exactly, yeah.
doing?" Or even I was once traveling with a local friend of mine, and we had a program in Ajman. So while driving past the industrial area, he found some municipality workers. This was probably 12 noon, and they were working. And he stopped his car, went to a grocery, picked up small bottles of water, and he went and gave it to them. And I could see the gratitude on their faces. Now, this is not something very costly. They could have done that, but just the fact that someone even bothered to think about
Exactly,
them,
yeah.
I think it's wonderful. Our parents have the habit of calling up the grocery shops even for a twig of mint, or one yogurt, and these guys keep coming up and down.
Yeah.
When you open the door, greet them with a smile, give them a drink of water, and say
Yeah.
thanks to them. I think these small things can definitely make a difference. I'm sure our youngsters will be bubbling to know how they can help. So could you just share with us some organizations that or projects that they can work in, Saima?
Yeah, there's to begin with Dubai Cares.
Okay.
It's common. They also go to schools and everything. Dubai Cares has events 4 to 5 times in Dubai, and then they move on to the global events.
Okay.
So what Dubai Cares does is that they have, like, the first project that they came up is volunteer in Emirates. So in this event, we go to the schools like in Ras Al Khaimah and Ajman, like the government schools, and we give them like a whole new makeover.
Okay.
We
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and we build stuff for them. We leave messages and everything, and that's one. And the other thing Dubai Cares does is the event. This is a global event where they, like, right now they have an event where they're building schools in Nepal
Okay.
for the disabled or the ones who can't afford and everything, and it's very successful because these people are the ones who actually want to learn and they're deprived.
True. Very true.
So we're raising their voices. And the other events is VI UAE. It's common, it's popular in Dubai. They have events every day.
Okay.
Like, and they have a really good approach because they've categorized their events. Like, they have for the ages of 4 to 5, then they have for 5 to 10, then they even have for 21 plus. So basically everyone can volunteer when it comes to VI UAE.
Okay.
And then they have SNF, Special Needs Future Development Center, where it's during weekdays. It's a school like Al Noor and Dubai Autism Center, where you can go in and all you have to do is just spend time with them. Like,
Okay.
just assist them, talk to them in their work. And there's my favorite one, yet it makes me cry every time I go, which is the events at hospitals. I am really soft-hearted, and I can cry really easily. And in this event, it's called Volunteer Wiggles. And we take roses or small cards in different languages, and we go to the hospitals and we just sit down and we just spend time to them, like what you're doing and all. And we just come with the intention, okay, this is our job, we have to get it done with. But when you hear their side of the story, you're like, oh my god, this is what they're going through.
True,
They have no one with them, no one to support them, and it feels so good that they make you feel like you're the only person in their life.
Exactly.
And that's there's nothing more rewarding than that.
True,
So that's
true,
one.
true.
And there's what it's called Lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new event. It's also called Lifeline, and it's called Give a Gift too.
Okay.
So what you do is you find people who need a gift.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly for special needs or anyone. It's for anyone. Like you see them, they're sad, they're depressed, and they need a gift. Like we had the first invite we had was someone who needed a wheelchair, but they couldn't afford it, so
Okay.
they crawled to work, like literally. So you upload it on the website, and we get someone to sponsor the gift for them.
Oh my God, that's sweet.
And
sweet,
when they
sweet,
get
yeah.
the gift, every single picture we have taken, you can see the tears
I
rolling
can
down their
imagine, I
eyes.
can imagine.
And you can see the tears rolling down our eyes because we have done, like, we look at it, okay, we have not done much.
True.
But for them, they're like, okay, you've done the best thing that anyone could have done for us.
Exactly. We have a request for you people. Mashallah, you're doing a lot of great things. The problem is a lot of us do not know what platforms are available. So you're quite active on the social media as well. Open up a page. This is a request from an elder person. Yeah, open up a page, and for example, I might feel quite connected to the autism cause, but then I'll open up the newspaper and I'll find that there was a walk on the Corniche to build awareness about autism. Oh my God, I didn't know about it. I could have taken my children. So you people are out there, you're scanning the environment. So if you can have a page where you can talk about the platforms that are available and upcoming events, I think it will definitely help a lot of people, and I don't think it will take much time from
We
you
do
people,
have a
yeah?
page.
Oh, you do, is it?
It's called a Volunteer in Dubai. We created it last month.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
and we've
yeah,
got-
yeah. I think our viewers should definitely check it out, and do you regularly update it?
Oh yeah, we do. We keep asking people to come,
Okay.
and we've got good support. Like it's
Okay.
been only like I think 6 months, and we've
Okay.
got like about 100 plus people helping us.
Wow. That's nice, but I think if you know that there's an event coming up, let me share something personal. My wife was invited to Arun last year to judge a program for the Hair for Hope
Yeah,
Foundation,
Hair for Hope.
and she came back and she talked to my daughter Jahan, she's 7, to her, and she got all inspired. So right now she says my hair is 11 inches, it has to be 15 inches, so she now wants to grow her hair till it becomes 15 so that she can donate it. So the problem is we sometimes want to do something but we do not know what
How
can be done.
to
So
put-
people like you who are out there, probably if you can spread the good word, I think that will help. A lot of people out there believe that you have to be extremely rich like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates to make a difference. But there's a nice story from the Semitic religions that has always inspired you. In fact, I shared it with you on
Yeah.
Facebook as well. If you've seen the movie Ten Commandments, or if you read the Bible or the Quran, you would know this. It's about Moses being called to the top of a mountain by a flaming bush. Okay, and when Moses goes to this bush, God asks him a question. God asks him, "What is in your hand?" Okay, and Moses says, "This is a staff. This is a stick." Because the stick was his livelihood. He was a shepherd. Yeah, it was his means to live. It was his means to fight the wolves that would attack his sheep. And then God says, "Put it down, throw it to the ground." And when Moses throws it to the ground, it turns into a snake. It becomes magic. Okay, and it is with this staff that he divides the sea and he defeats the Pharaoh. So there's a great message for all of us. I don't think we have to be a Bill Gates to make a difference. What
Different.
God is asking is, what is in your hand?
Yeah.
What is in your hand? You might be a student with probably 2 hours a week. I'm a banker. You could be a doctor. You could be a trainer. You could be a grocery owner. But God is asking, what is in your hand? And if you can put that down, okay, whatever little you have in His cause, He would do the rest, and magic would ensue. And you would end up doing so many wonderful things. Yeah? So don't wait for that day when you'll have millions to give away. You definitely have something to give away right now, right there. Yeah. Any soul stirring experiences that you want to share?
Yeah, well, I have. Oh, there was this one. Like I told you, like volunteering at the hospitals is very hard for me because it plays around with my emotion, and I'm not comfortable with it. This was initially, and then I got immune to it. So there was this one time. I'm generally pretty late for the events. Like if it's 11:45, I reach at 12. It's
Okay.
always been like that. So for the first time I make an effort to come early, and I actually attended the briefing. And then we were told that, we have roses and cards and we have to give this to the patients. And I was like, how hard could that be? It's so easy. And I was like, okay, I have plans. I'll make plans with my friends and everything. And then the first person who I visited was a girl. She was studying in Latifa school. And when I saw her, she was unconscious, and I couldn't understand what's going on. And then when she came back to her senses, she was talking to me, and she was telling me that this is what she was going through her life and anything. And all I did was just sit down. I didn't even do anything. All I did was just listen to her. But before leaving, she told me that, you're the best thing that happened to me today. Please come again. And then I cried after that. And then I had one more person to go with. So the hospitals is where,
True. God bless you, my little young friends. I think when you look back and when people ask you what have you done so far, I think it should not just be about money or academic achievements and certificates. I think if you have these soul-stirring stories, I'm sure your life becomes much more profound. Afreen, would you have something to share with us?
Yeah, it's not that great or anything, but once we just had we had ordered some food, and we just had lots of extra to, and we were too full to eat it, and we thought, why waste it? Why should we keep it for tomorrow? We thought, why not just give it to the security guards under our building? And I went with my mom, and we went down, and there were around, I think, 2 or 3 of them, and we just gave them the food, and we told them, they looked surprised, like, oh, what's going on? And we told them, we had extra food and we thought we'd give you some. And they just looked at us, and they just seemed so happy that someone actually thought about them, thought that that someone might be hungry.
People have that misconception that volunteering means donation.
Exactly.
And it's very wrong, because we don't donate money generally. We donate our time. Sometimes we have extra.
What's in your hand? What's in your hand? That's what. Guys, I'm so happy that we chose this episode. Hearing this from you, it's extremely inspiring. So I think if you people, you've got a lot of responsibilities and less free time, if you can do all this, I'm sure all of us can do it. And I'm sure when they all go out and do it, I'm sure blessings will pour upon you as well, because you're inspiring them to do so. I probably have time for one last question here, and it's a slightly tricky question because I'm going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. I know that a lot of parents out there are pushing their kids to take up volunteering just because certain awards, highly prestigious awards in the country, they accord a lot of points for volunteering. So send your child and then stay back and take photographs and video, and I don't know, it's as if we're losing the whole soul and spirit of doing the same thing, of doing the whole thing. So probably a short answer. Let's start with Afreen. What do you think, Afreen?
Well, I think it's, I don't think it's always right when you do it only for the fame. I've only been for around 2 or 3 volunteering events, but my mom has never come with me. She just always encourages me at home, you do everything properly, you just keep your main motive to make someone happy. So yeah, I think, if you're doing it only for the fame, then I'm not really sure if it's correct or not. You can't say, because
that's a beautiful answer. You're not being judgmental here.
Exactly.
But I think what you're saying is, I think it depends on the way we pitch it to our children.
Exactly.
It could be, these are things you should do. Probably they could share the video as well. This could lead to a lot of benefits, and at the same time, this is a trophy that you can collect. That should not be the end
Main
objective.
motive.
Exactly,
That could be something that you get during the journey. Yes, Afreen.
Yeah, the same.
Sorry.
The same for me. When I initially started volunteering, I met people who came and told me that volunteering, it'll actually help you build up your college applications, and you'll get fame and recognition. And I was like, no, but that's not the point of volunteering. You come here with the motive that we are going to make a difference today. We are going to make that one person smile who's been depressed for their whole entire life, and so and so. If you get awards during the journey, then that's recognition for you, but that wasn't your main motive.
Exactly. And I've got another take on this. Even if parents are trying to do this, what happens is this is such a profound, significant activity. So maybe they're doing it for the sake of the award, but when the little one does it, when the little one goes and hands out that bottle of water, or when he does something special, I think the smile that he gets back, or the blessings, that will definitely motivate him to continue doing that. So dear parents, I think we need to check our intentions when we do it. The awards could come in academic, glory is awesome, but I think our heart should be in the right place, and we should educate our children that that is not the end motive. That is something good to have as well. I'm so happy, I said that before, I say that again, that we did this episode, because I think we used to talk about career and job. Today we have raised it to another level. You know, it's not about being a matcher or a taker, it's about being a giver. I would like to conclude this session by saying this to you, all my dear viewers, and to all of us. You know, there are two documents that we always have to think about in life. Okay, two simple documents. One is your CV. Yeah, so your CV, all your achievements, your academic qualifications, your job, all that gets into your CV. So what they're doing on a, you know, probably spending 50 to 60% of your time is to build your CV up. Yeah, where your A grades and your marks get into your CV. And that's important to lead a successful life here. But there's another document that's equally important, or maybe a trifle more important. And that document is called a eulogy. And that's a document that will be written about you when you die, when you lie stone dead. This is the document that people will talk about you when you're long gone. And that will not talk about the millions you made, that will not talk about your achievements, that will probably talk about the little things that you did to make a difference in this world. Okay, and if you have something to write in your eulogy, then I think we'll all have a very peaceful death as well. So brothers and sisters, do focus on your CVs. Make sure you come out on top, and make sure you've got a glittering document to showcase to the world. At the same time, have something which is even more profound. We're not asking for much, just probably 2 hours every week. That's not going to pull the dominoes down. That's not going to destroy your career. But on the other hand, it'll make a profound impact on your happiness, on your health, on your success. And you will also end up leaving this world slightly better, if at all slightly better than the one that you inherited. So thanks a lot, Saima. Thanks a lot, Afreen. Mashallah, continue doing this great work, and please let us know of what's happening on your website, and try to reach out to more people. And make sure that you've got not just a gang but a brigade or a contingent behind you, and together do this awesome work. You've made your parents proud, you've made your school proud. Thanks to Mr. Thomas Matthew for once again helping us. I had talked to him after I've talked to both of you, and he was quite excited about having his girls on the show. So it's time for us to log off right now. This is Chanchal and Sangeet Ibrahim logging off for the day. This was an interesting conversation on can youth make a difference. We'll definitely be back with you next week on an even more interesting topic. Do stay with us, and of course if you want to see that video that will be posted on my Facebook page, you can definitely log in and take a look, and I can send you a link as well, the benefits of volunteering. So stay in touch. God bless, have a wonderful time, and see you very soon.